Commander Alex Reynolds and his crew aboard the Starship Odyssey were on a routine mission to explore a newly discovered exoplanet in the distant Omega Quadrant. The planet, designated as Zelara, had shown signs of advanced technology and life forms. As the Odyssey approached Zelara, a sudden burst of energy from the planet's surface disrupted their systems, causing the ship to spiral out of control. Despite the crew's best efforts, they crashed on the planet's lush surface. The impact was jarring. Alarms blared, lights flickered, and the sound of metal grinding against metal filled the ship. Alex, a seasoned astronaut with years of experience, quickly assessed the situation. "Is everyone okay?" he shouted over the noise. "Minor injuries, but we're all alive," reported Dr. Elena Carter, the ship's medical officer. She was already tending to Ensign Liam Davies, who had a nasty gash on his forehead. Lieutenant Mia Valdez, the ship's pilot, was furiously working to shut down the alarms. "The controls are fried, Commander. We're not going anywhere anytime soon." "All right, let's focus on getting out of here and assessing the damage," Alex said. "Suit up and grab your gear. We need to see where we've landed." As the crew stumbled out of the wreckage, they were greeted by an otherworldly sight. A verdant jungle with colossal trees and vibrant bioluminescent flora. The air was thick with the scent of alien flowers, and the sky above was a deep, iridescent blue. Despite the beauty of their surroundings, there was an underlying sense of danger. The strange energy burst, and the crash landing hinted at more than just an unfortunate accident. "Stay close and stay alert," Alex instructed. "We don't know what's out here." As they ventured further from the crash site, the crew's initial awe quickly turned to apprehension as they realized they were being watched. The feeling of eyes on them was unmistakable, and soon enough, figures began to emerge from the foliage. Tall, graceful, and strikingly beautiful alien women with shimmering skin and luminous eyes surrounded them. Their attire was made of what seemed like woven light, ethereal and mesmerizing. The crew instinctively drew their weapons, but Alex motioned for them to hold their fire. The leader of the aliens, a statuesque woman with silver hair and piercing violet eyes, stepped forward. Her presence was commanding yet serene. She spoke in perfect English, her voice melodic and calming. "Welcome, travelers from the stars. I am Elira, High Priestess of Zelara. You are safe here." Alex stepped forward cautiously. "I'm Commander Alex Reynolds of the Starship Odyssey. Our arrival was not planned. We experienced a malfunction and crash-landed. Can you help us?" Elira smiled gently. "Your arrival was foretold by our ancient prophecies. We have been expecting you. Come, we will provide you with shelter and aid." Despite the cordial introduction, the crew couldn't shake the feeling that their crash was no accident. The way Elira spoke with certainty and the advanced technology they had detected before landing suggested that the Zelari were not only aware of their presence, but had orchestrated it. The astronauts followed Elira and her people to their city, an architectural marvel nestled within the jungle. The buildings were made of the same luminous material as their clothing, glowing softly in the evening light. The city was a harmonious blend of nature and technology, with trees and plants integrated seamlessly into the structures. As they walked, Elira explained, "Our planet, Zelara, is ancient and holds many secrets. We have long awaited the arrival of those who would help us unlock the potential of our world." "What do you mean by awaited?" Mia asked, her skepticism evident. Elira turned to face them, her expression serene. "The stars spoke of visitors from afar who would come to aid us in a time of need. You are those visitors, destined to bring great change to Zelara." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Prophecies and destinies were not part of their mission briefing. Alex, sensing the unease among his team, decided to address the matter head-on. "We appreciate your hospitality, Elira, but we need to understand more about these prophecies and why you believe we are the ones foretold." Elira nodded, her eyes reflecting a depth of ancient knowledge. "All will be revealed in time, Commander. For now, rest and recover. You have had a long and difficult journey." The crew was led to a series of guest quarters, each one more luxurious than the last. Despite the opulence, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that they were being carefully monitored. That night, as the crew settled into their new surroundings, Alex convened a meeting. "There's more to this than they're telling us," he said, his voice low. "We need to find out what's really going on here. Illyra's prophecy might just be a cover for something else." "I agree," Elena said. "There's something about this place that feels off. We need to stay vigilant." Mia nodded. "I'll start working on repairing our communications. We need to get a message back to Earth and let them know what's happening." "Good," Alex said. "We'll split into teams. One will work on the ship and communications. The other will gather information about this prophecy and the Zylari's true intentions. Let's stay sharp and stay together." As the crew prepared for the challenges ahead, they couldn't help but feel that their arrival on Zelara was just the beginning of a much larger adventure, one that would test their resolve and reveal secrets beyond their wildest imaginations. As the days passed, the astronauts were treated with surprising hospitality. The alien women, known as the Zelari, provided them with food, shelter, and even began repairing their damaged ship. Despite the crew's initial wariness, the Zelari's actions seemed genuinely benevolent. However, the crew remained under constant watch, and their movements were subtly restricted. Alex couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to Illyra and her people than met the eye. Illyra visited them daily, her serene demeanor and enigmatic words always leaving the crew with more questions than answers. She spoke of the ancient prophecies, the history of Zelara, and the promise of a new era heralded by the arrival of the astronauts. Despite her cordiality, Alex sensed a depth to her knowledge that she was deliberately withholding. One evening, Illyra invited Alex to the central temple of their city. The invitation was framed as a gesture of trust, an opportunity to learn more about Zelara's history and the prophecies that had seemingly predicted their arrival. The temple was an architectural marvel, with crystalline spires and intricate carvings depicting the history of Zelara. Inside, the air was filled with the soft hum of ancient machinery, a blend of technology and spirituality that was both awe-inspiring and unsettling. Illyra guided Alex through the temple, her voice echoing softly against the crystal walls. "Our ancestors were a highly advanced civilization, capable of great technological feats. But their hubris led to a catastrophe that nearly destroyed our world. The prophecies speak of a time when visitors from the stars would come to help us restore what was lost." Alex listened carefully, his curiosity piqued, but his skepticism intact. "These prophecies," he asked, "do they say anything about how we're supposed to help?" Illyra smiled, a hint of mystery in her eyes. "The prophecies are open to interpretation, but they speak of cooperation and shared knowledge. Your technology, combined with our ancient wisdom, can usher in a new era of prosperity for both our peoples." As they walked deeper into the temple, Illyra stopped before a large, ornate door. "There is something I want to show you, something that has been kept secret for centuries." She pressed her hand against the door, and it slowly opened, revealing a hidden chamber. Inside, Alex saw rows of ancient artifacts and advanced machinery, far more sophisticated than anything he had seen on Zelara so far. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing scenes of a thriving civilization, one that seemed far removed from the serene and primitive life the Zylari now led. Illyra's voice was somber. "This is the legacy of our ancestors, a legacy we have been unable to reclaim fully. The catastrophe that befell our world not only destroyed much of our technology, but also wiped out our male counterparts, leaving only the female population to rebuild." Alex was taken aback. "You mean to say there were once men on Zelara?" "Yes," Illyra replied. "Our species was once like yours, balanced and diverse. But the cataclysm altered our biology, and now we can only reproduce through parthenogenesis. The prophecies speak of a way to restore our species to its former state, and we believe your arrival is the key." Alex's mind raced as he processed this information. The Zylari's plight was more dire and complex than he had imagined. Their advanced technology, their mysterious energy burst, and their manipulation of the Odyssey's crash all pointed to a desperate bid for survival. "Why didn't you tell us this from the beginning?" Alex asked, his tone a mix of empathy and frustration. Illyra's expression softened. "Would you have believed us? Trust is not easily given, especially between different species. We needed you to see our world, understand our ways, and come to your own conclusions. Alex couldn't argue with that. I understand, but if we're going to help, we need full transparency. No more secrets. Illyra nodded. Agreed. From now on, you will have full access to our knowledge and resources. We must work together to unlock the potential of our combined civilizations. The following days were a whirlwind of activity. The crew split their efforts between repairing the Odyssey and studying the ancient technology hidden within the temple. Dr. Elena Carter delved into the biological aspects of the Zelara, seeking ways to address their reproductive challenges, while Lieutenant Mia Valdez focused on integrating their technological advancements. Despite the cooperative spirit, there were still tensions. Some crew members remained wary of the Zylara's intentions, and the constant surveillance added to their unease. However, the breakthroughs they were making kept them motivated. The holographic recordings provided invaluable insights into the Zylara's lost technology, and slowly but surely, a plan began to take shape. One night, as Alex was poring over a particularly complex schematic, Illyra joined him. "You've made remarkable progress, Commander," she said, her tone genuinely appreciative. "We couldn't have done it without your help," Alex replied. "But there's still so much we don't understand. This technology is incredibly advanced." Illyra nodded. "It is the legacy of a great civilization, one that we hope to revive with your assistance." Alex looked at her, seeing not just a leader but someone carrying the weight of her entire species' survival. "We'll do everything we can to help. But we need to ensure this is a partnership of equals, no more manipulations." Illyra met his gaze, her eyes reflecting both determination and gratitude. "You have my word, Alex. Together, we will build a future where both our peoples can thrive." As they worked side by side, a tentative bond formed between them, one built on mutual respect and a shared goal. The enigmatic Illyra was slowly becoming an ally, and perhaps even a friend. But Alex knew that their journey was far from over, and the true test of their alliance was yet to come. During their secret investigations, the crew discovered hidden chambers beneath the temple. These chambers contained ancient artifacts and advanced machinery, hinting at the Zylara's long-lost connections to a more technologically advanced civilization. Among the artifacts, they found holographic recordings revealing that the Zelara once had male counterparts, but a cataclysmic event had wiped them out, leaving only the female population. Alex, Dr. Elena Carter, Lieutenant Mia Valdez, and Ensign Liam Davies gathered in the dimly lit chamber, their faces illuminated by the blue glow of the holographic displays. The recordings showed the Zelara civilization at its peak, with men and women working together, their technology flourishing. "This is incredible," Elena whispered, her eyes wide with amazement. "They were so advanced. What happened?" Alex pointed to a section of the recording that depicted a massive explosion and subsequent environmental collapse. "It looks like they suffered a catastrophic event, a disaster that nearly wiped them out." Mia studied the recordings closely. "And they lost all their men in the process. That explains why they're so desperate for our help." Liam, who had been silent until now, spoke up. "But why manipulate us into crashing here? They could have just asked for help." Alex nodded. "That's the part that bothers me. There's more to this story than they're telling us." Their investigation led them to a large, sealed door at the far end of the chamber. The door was covered in intricate carvings, with symbols that glowed faintly as they approached. Alex placed his hand on the door, and it slowly creaked open, revealing a control room filled with advanced equipment. "This is it," Mia said, her eyes widening. "This is where they control the energy fields. This is how they brought us down." Alex moved to the central console, which was covered in a layer of dust. He wiped it clean and activated the controls. The room came to life, holographic displays flickering on and revealing schematics of the planet's energy grid. "They have the capability to manipulate energy fields on a planetary scale," Elena said, awestruck. "This is how they brought down the Odyssey. They didn't just predict our arrival, they orchestrated it." As they delved deeper into the system, they discovered detailed plans for using their advanced technology to restore their civilization. The plans included integrating human technology with Zelara energy fields, creating a powerful synergy that could rebuild their world. "This explains everything," Alex said, his voice tense. "They needed us for our technology. They didn't trust that we'd help willingly, so they forced us here." The team exchanged uneasy glances. The Zelari's desperation was understandable, but their methods were manipulative and potentially dangerous. Alex knew they needed to confront Zelara with this new information. Later that evening, Alex requested a private meeting with Zelara in the temple's central chamber. The chamber was quiet, the soft hum of ancient machinery creating an eerie atmosphere. Zelara stood by the central altar, her serene expression unchanged as Alex approached. "Commander," she greeted him with a warm smile, "what brings you here at this hour?" "We found the control room," Alex said bluntly. "We know you manipulated our ship's systems to bring us here. We know about the energy fields and your plans to integrate our technology with yours." Zelara's smile faded, replaced by a look of solemn understanding. "I see. You have uncovered our secrets." "Why didn't you tell us the truth from the beginning?" Alex demanded. "We would have helped you if you had just asked." Zelara sighed, her eyes reflecting a deep sadness. "I understand your anger, Commander, but you must see it from our perspective. Our people have been struggling for centuries, trying to survive in a world that was once thriving. We had lost hope until the prophecies foretold your arrival. We couldn't take the risk that you would refuse to help." Alex's anger softened slightly as he listened to her words. "You have to understand, Zelara, manipulation only breeds distrust. If we're going to help you, it has to be on equal terms. Full transparency, no more secrets." Zelara nodded slowly. "You are right, Alex. We have been desperate, and in our desperation, we resorted to manipulation. But our intentions were never malevolent. We only seek to restore our world and ensure the survival of our people." Alex took a deep breath. "I believe you. But from now on, we need to work together openly and honestly. No more secrets." Zelara extended her hand. "Agreed. From this moment forward, there will be no more secrets between us." They shook hands, sealing a new pact of cooperation. The following days were marked by a renewed sense of purpose and trust. The Zelara shared their knowledge freely, and the astronauts reciprocated with their technological expertise. Together, they began working on integrating their technologies, focusing on restoring the energy fields and repairing the Odyssey. Dr. Elena Carter and the Zelara scientists collaborated on a plan to address the reproductive challenges facing the Zelara. Using advanced genetic techniques, they aimed to restore the balance of the Zelara population, potentially reintroducing male counterparts through carefully controlled biological processes. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Mia Valdez and the Zelara engineers worked tirelessly on integrating the Odyssey systems with Zelara technology. The combined efforts led to rapid advancements, and soon the ship was operational again, with enhanced capabilities derived from Zelara energy manipulation. As the days turned into weeks, the bond between the astronauts and the Zelara grew stronger. What had started as a forced alliance was slowly transforming into a genuine partnership. The initial mistrust began to fade, replaced by a shared vision of a brighter future for both species. One evening, as Alex stood on a balcony overlooking the Zelara city, Zelara joined him. The sky above was a tapestry of stars, the same stars that had brought them together. "We have come a long way, haven't we?" Zelara said softly. "Yes, we have," Alex replied. "But there's still a long way to go." Zelara nodded. "Together, we will reach new heights. Our worlds will be forever changed by this alliance." As they stood side by side, Alex couldn't help but feel a sense of hope. Despite the challenges they had faced and the secrets they had uncovered, they had found a way to work together. The journey was far from over, but for the first time, Alex felt confident that they were on the right path. The true test of their alliance was yet to come, but with mutual trust and cooperation, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The future of Zelara and humanity was intertwined, and together they would forge a new destiny among the stars. With the trust established between the astronauts and the Zelara, the real work began. The integration of human and Zelara technology accelerated at a pace that surprised both parties. The synergy of their combined knowledge was yielding breakthroughs that neither could have achieved alone. The ship repairs and upgrades. Lieutenant Mia Valdez spearheaded the repairs and upgrades to the Odyssey. The Zelara engineers were quick learners, absorbing human engineering principles and offering innovative solutions from their advanced energy manipulation techniques. The ship's propulsion system was enhanced with Zelara energy crystals, making it more efficient and powerful. The communication systems were upgraded to allow instant contact across vast distances, something previously thought impossible. "Mia, look at this," one of the Zelara engineers, Jara, said, pointing to a new schematic. "By integrating our energy crystals into your propulsion system, we can boost your ship's speed by 50%. Mia studied the schematic, her eyes widening. "That's incredible. If this works, it could revolutionize space travel." Genetic research breakthroughs. Dr. Elena Carter and the Zelara scientists focused on the biological challenges facing the Zelara. They worked on reintroducing the male counterpart of the species through advanced genetic engineering. Using samples from the ancient genetic material found in the hidden chambers, they began experimenting with controlled reintroduction methods. "Elena, we've managed to stabilize the genetic sequences," said Lyra, one of the leading Zelara biologists. "The first viable embryos have shown promising results." Elena smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "This could be the key to restoring your population. We're making history here." Confronting the Council. As progress continued, it became clear that not all Zelara were in favor of the new alliance. The Zelara Council, a governing body that had remained in the shadows, called for a meeting. They were skeptical of the changes and wary of the humans' influence. Illyra, Alex, and the crew stood before the council in the grand hall of the central temple. The council members, their expressions stern and apprehensive, listened as Illyra explained the advancements and the benefits of the alliance. "We understand your concerns," Alex addressed the council, "but our collaboration has already yielded significant benefits for both our peoples. Together, we've made advancements that can help Zelara thrive once more." One of the counselors, a woman named Kira, spoke up. "Change is difficult, and trust must be earned. How can we be sure that this alliance is in the best interest of Zelara?" Illyra stepped forward. "Kira, I understand your hesitation, but the prophecies foretold this union. Our ancestors envisioned a time when we would need the help of others. The results we have achieved so far are proof that this is the right path." After hours of discussion and debate, the council agreed to continue the alliance, but with increased oversight. They wanted to ensure that the integration of new technologies and the restoration of their population would be handled carefully. A grand celebration. To solidify the alliance and celebrate their progress, Illyra and Alex organized a grand celebration in the heart of the Zelara city. The city, bathed in the soft glow of bioluminescent flora, was filled with music, dance, and a sense of renewed hope. The astronauts and Zelara mingled, sharing stories and experiences. The once formal barriers between them dissolved in the spirit of camaraderie. Alex and Illyra stood together, watching their people celebrate. "This is just the beginning," Illyra said, her eyes reflecting the joy around them. "Our worlds are united now, and together we will achieve greatness." Alex nodded. "We've overcome so much already. I believe in our future." Preparing for departure. With the Odyssey fully repaired and upgraded, it was time for Alex and his crew to prepare for their journey back to Earth. They had fulfilled their promise, and the alliance between humanity and the Zelara was stronger than ever. The day of departure was filled with mixed emotions. The crew had grown close to the Zelara, forming bonds that transcended their initial mistrust. Illyra and the council members were there to bid them farewell. "Thank you, Alex," Illyra said, her voice filled with gratitude. "You and your crew have given us hope and a future." "We couldn't have done it without your help," Alex replied. "This is just the beginning. We'll stay in contact and continue to support each other." As the Odyssey lifted off, Alex looked back at the lush planet below. He knew their adventures on Zelara were just the beginning of a new era of exploration and discovery. The successful alliance with the Zelara opened the door to endless possibilities among the stars. Epilogue: A New Era. Months later, the Odyssey returned to Earth with stories of their extraordinary journey and the new allies they had made. The alliance with the Zelara was celebrated as a monumental achievement, marking the dawn of a new era in interstellar relations. Back on Zelara, the integration of human and Zelara technology continued to yield incredible advancements. The restoration of the Zelara population was well underway, and their civilization was thriving once more. Alex and his crew became renowned figures, their journey serving as a testament to the power of cooperation and the boundless potential of humanity's reach. The bond forged between the two species promised a future where the stars were no longer the final frontier, but a gateway to endless possibilities. And so the tale of the astronauts stranded on Zelara became a legend, inspiring generations to come to look to the stars with hope and determination, knowing that great things could be achieved through unity and understanding.